let's move on to the billing tab in the system preferences. The first section is invoice options and settings. So let's click edit here. And under the invoice format option, we will give you 4 invoice templates to work with. The first one is a classic RB invoice. The second one is classic with no remittance section. The third and fourth are invoices with credit card payment options at the bottom. The first one with Amex, MasterCard, and Visa. And the last one with just MasterCard and Visa. So you can choose which one you want to use. You no longer have to do that in the user preference. That's a system-wide setting, so everyone uses the same one. If your transcript copy is certified, check this box. That way RB will print certified copy on the invoice when you are billing for a copy. This is a new option, print job location if it exists. If you want to print the job location on the invoice for every invoice, check that box. If not, it will not. If you are printing out a current invoice and say the item is past due, if you check this box, a new past due stamp will appear on the actual invoice when there is still a balance. So you can have that appear, just so it stands out at you more on the invoice. Now at the bottom here, these are the email settings. So send method will be a PDF, so it will attach an actual copy of the actual invoice in PDF format. And this will be the email subject and the email message. And you do have the insert data fields for both the subject and message. Leads 1998B. So if you have clients that request the electronic format of invoices in Leads 1998B billing, then these are some options that you can actually set. So after you do your invoicing, you can decide what the default file extension is, because you're exporting the actual invoice file out of RB. So it can be whatever file extension you want it to be. In our example, TXT for text. And sometimes if you bill invoices, you may have things that have a 0 charge, and so maybe you don't need to export those with the Leads format because it doesn't need to import if it doesn't have anything on the charge. So you can check this box, do not export 0 amount service items, and RB will ignore those when it actually creates that export for the Leads file. The last option here is the reward points. So this is a new option in the system that used to be a plugin, and now it's built into the RB system. It's an incentive program for your clients. The more they use you, the more they can actually accumulate points. So that is the point system. You can choose if you want to use it altogether. You can check this box. If you do not, you can see the options disappear, and we will turn that particular point system off. But if you choose to use it, you have a couple options here. Calculate points for original invoices only. The incentive could be that it's for your clients only, and you only want to do it on the original invoice, then you would check that box, and that's the way most people will do it. If you uncheck that box, then that means that every invoice generated for your client's job, they'll get credit for that, so points will accumulate for every invoice. So this is how many points per dollar that they will actually get. Generate 1 point for every how many US dollars that you want. So we wouldn't want to give them probably 1 point for every dollar, because that means they would generate a lot of points. So maybe you want to give them 1 point for every $100 that they actually generate of revenue with you. Rounding method. So if it's in between the 100, of course, you can choose it to be a common rounding, round up, round down. A lot of people choose round up. And then there's also a redeeming section. So that's the whole point of the rewards point system. The more points they accumulate with you guys, is they can redeem those points for gift certificates of a cash value and other prizes. So this is the option. When redeemed, 1 point equals how much dollars. So in our case, it has $10 on here as the option.